Alright, let's talk about the adventures of Captain Wrongel. Pronouncing that best I can, but Captain Wrongel. It's in English. It's spelled like Wrongel, but yeah, it's pronounced Wrongel. And yeah, there's even a title in here that says VRUN. Yeah. Anyway, this is a Russian movie, and it's like so it kind of mixes cutout animation with like traditional 2D, and yeah, there's also a little bit of live action worked in. So the story is we have this, Russian sea captain, Captain Wrongel, um, and let's see, yeah, he's requested to participate in this, regatta as they call it, which I guess is a boat race. Um, I mean, regatta is a series of boat races, according to Wikipedia. Anyway, he enlists the help of a first mate named Crowbar. He's kind of a dumb muscle. And then they're required to take in a third crewmate in order to compete. So they find this man named Fuchs, and turns out Fuchs has secretly stolen this valuable statue from a museum, and he's trying to, he's kind of been bribed into doing it by this secret shady mafia boss, and he has to he kind of grows attached to Wrongel and Crowbar, so he has to hide he's hiding the statue in this this large what's it called, a bass, not a, I mean like the string, it's like a cello but even bigger, so sorry, I'm not very well versed with instruments, but yeah, he hides it in a case for giant string bass instrument. So I guess he decides to hide it from the bad guys, and the mafia boss sends these two Italian crooks to go after them, and they and also this James Bond parody is chasing after the two henchmen. So yeah, there's like this running gag where he like kind of holds them at gunpoint, but then like they keep tricking him and shaking him off for a moment before, yes, and like all sorts of crazy cartoony things happen to him, like at one point, say his head will get burned off, but then he'll like magically form it back together, because it's one of those movies. One of those cartoons that involves cartoon logic. Mostly with the secret agent character, but the movie is basically this what do they call it, madcap. I'm so unfamiliar with the meaning of the word madcap that I gotta look it up now. I guess you could say madcap. And caper, I think. Sorry, I haven't brushed up on my crime thriller speak. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's a big comedic chase where they have to win the race while also avoiding the two thugs and the mafia boss, and yeah. Um, so yeah, this was a fun little movie. It's far from the funniest movie I've watched, but there's there's some fun little gags and stuff. I like how they mix the different animation styles together. And without giving too much away, they even kind of use it to their advantage. Because this is, this is the second movie, like in all of the animated movies I've covered so far, this is the second one that has a plot twist villain, the first one being Man Called Flintstone, and, I guess it's fitting since they're both, the kind of movies, the kinds of movies that tend to have plot twist villains. Um, um, so yeah, and they kind of use the animation style to their advantage there, because, they use cutout animation for like a close up of the bad guy's face. But yeah, the guy who turns out to be that bad guy, when they, or yeah, he's like always animated in 2D traditional, you know what I mean. But yeah, it is an interesting twist. Um, and let's see. Uh, yeah, the characters are likable enough. They're not like super interesting, but they're interesting as far as silly comedies go and stuff. Let's see. Uh, Also, I'm reading that apparently Crowbar's Russian name is Lom. I don't know. Okay, so I did watch this English dub, and the voiceover is pretty amazing. It's this one guy doing all of the voiceover, and it's over the audio of the original Russian dub. So, but yeah, you hear him. Yeah, you hear him talking over everything, and he says, he translates all of the characters' lines as well as reads whatever text appears on screen. Both the title cards as well as various signs you might see around the place. But yeah, the man is he sounds super disinterested. He's like, "This is Captain Wrongel, blah 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 blah," and yeah, it's so disinterested. It is kind of funny to listen to, and I feel like it somewhat added to the comedic experience. And yeah, even when a character sings a song, he'll just read the lyrics in English. And he's not singing or anything, he's just saying the lyrics like, lol lol lol, I'm Captain Wrongel, I'm on a ship, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's a pretty sexy voice, I will say, but yeah, the guy just doesn't sound interested in what he's saying. At first I almost thought it was like a text-to-speech computer voice, but yeah, it was a little more emotive than what you'd hear from that, so. But yeah, overall, I like the movie. Let's see, can I think of anything else to say, anything truly meaningful about, what went into this film? I mean, it's an interesting production. This is one of the few Russian movies that isn't from Soyuz Multfilm. It's a Kiev Nash film. Sorry if I'm botching these Russian words, but and maybe that also explains why there's no Soviet propaganda in this. Thank God. Um, so yeah, from what I understand, this is the last. Yeah, this is pretty much the last animated movie released in the 70s. So yeah, this isn't a bad way to go out. Um, so, although that being said, I do have at least one more that from an earlier year that I'm planning to cover probably like tomorrow or something. Um, and yeah, there's like a couple others that I'd like to look for and see if I can find them. But yeah, well, until then, yeah, there's one more I feel obliged to watch. But yeah, as far as chronological release, yeah, this is pretty much the last movie released in the 70s, or last animated movie. Um, and yeah, again, not a bad way to go out. It was funny. There was some nice little sight gags. Um, and yeah, I can't really think of a whole lot else to say. But yeah, as usual, if there's anything else I feel I need to add. Oh, okay, one more thing. This was like a series of little segments, like each one's like roughly, yeah, each one's like roughly 10 to 15 minutes long, but yeah, there's 13 total. The amount of time totals up to a little over 2 hours. Um, but yeah, apparently they were made over the course of a couple years. So this is another one of those movies that has like a bunch of shorts put together into one movie, kind of like that Jungle Book, or what was it, Adventures of Mowgli. Yeah, so another Russian movie that does that. Um, okay. Well, anyway, I can't think of anything else to add at the moment. So, yeah, as usual, if there's anything else I feel I need to add, I'll put it in the comments. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10, and if you're interested, I would say check it out. I mean, well, one more thing. The first 8 chapters are available on YouTube, and, you know, I watched them ahead of time, but then found out that they weren't all the chapters. So, yeah, I had to purchase the DVD to watch the last 5. But yeah, you know, if you're interested, if you got the money, I'd say purchase the DVD, I guess. It does have the amazing English dub. Um, so, yeah, I guess that's all I can think to say for now. So, I guess I'll leave it at that. Mash it and smash it, signing off.